I am live right now.
User joined your channel.
I'm live right now, so cut the homophobia, guys.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't even have chat open, so I don't even know.
What a way to
say
start.
lol.
What a way to start, MCC.
Guys, it was a joke. For full disclosure, that was a joke.
Oh, that is a joke.
Full edition, don't make him repeat it.
No,
Full additional
it was really
disclosure, he
funny.
doesn't even know what that word means.
It was really funny. Because I went...
Which is his first language.
I was like, okay, guys, I'm now live, so cut the homophobic jokes. Yeah.
Hey, if you had said homophobia, that would have been funny.
Fomophobia. That's gonna end up being like something racist.
Well, it's the fear of missing out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I freaking have... At some point, I set my... You know? I set my OBS to be able to open Twitch chat at the same time, and I have forgotten how to do it. So if anyone is saying anything in chat, I am not reading it. Is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, found it. I found chat. Okay, now I can see it. And it is also... okay, it is actually retroactively showing me everything. Let me switch my mic on TeamSpeak. Hello? Hello? Okay.
Wow, you sound worse.
Thank
Nah,
you.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, I am streaming today because Tom is feeling like death. And surprisingly still here. Tom is actually here. We have a certain question asker with us today. Happy to hear. Tom is on censorship duty. Tom's actually reading all the donation names. If you donate and put some naughty word in it, you essentially waste your donation reward. You have been warned. So don't do that. That would be stupid. Alright, sick. I think I've got everything up now. I'm happy.
Do we want to wait for Sleepy to install Noxesium, or do we just go?
Well, just ask the other teams how close they are to Radian.
Okay, they're installing it.
Can you say anything interesting about the German MCC that happened 2 weeks ago? Something interesting.
I have an interesting fact about it.
Yeah?
It was the first MCC we've ever done where everybody spoke German. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is some moderately interesting trivia. He's not wrong.
But how many at MCC was that where someone spoke German?
I don't know, it was really cool. It was just really cool. Seeing like a completely different community experiencing MCC in that way.
Here's another fun fact. We went from, hey, what are the chances you guys could do this, to, okay, we're going to do it and then doing it in probably less time than it takes us to plan like a normal MCC. Which is pretty neat. What else is a fun fact? The guy who organized it for the FSK gaming people was at TwitchCon Europe and is really cool. That's a cool fact.
Hi, Mr. Noxite. Passing a message from Owen about why you didn't say the opening line of the update video. Because I didn't write it. And when I write it, I print my ego everywhere. And I always make sure that I have the opening line.
In fact, if you went through and did a Noxite ego analysis of all the update videos, you could probably tell how much he wrote on each one.
Yeah. I usually write them, but there has been maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them that I haven't written. Maybe more than that. Maybe a little bit more. Somewhere around that. So occasionally there is something that comes up that means I can't write it, and then it is written by others, and they remove my first line from it. Although there has been, no, to be fair, there has been a few ones where I've written it, and I have had Scott do the opening line. So, you know, I am fair. I am quite fair, actually.
Yeah, but all of those times it was to set you up for a funnier punchline. So, can you really count
that? That
them?
is true, yeah. And sometimes I get to the end of the script, and I realise that, like, that line right at the end that I wanted to read didn't actually, like, line up with the swapping of me and Scott. So then I go through the entire script and I just swap every single line. I'm kidding. That is not how I actually handle that.
Yeah, he wouldn't actually do that. He would just add one more Scott line right
exactly.
at the end.
That is actually
that's
several times that is something that I've done, yeah.
It's the economical way.
You add like a little tiny like trade somewhere.
I've got another fun fact about the German MCC. Did you guys know that Noxite was Uncle Stefano in the Littlewoods Christmas Adventure back in the day? It's a really fun fact about the German MCC.
Disclaimer, sometimes I'm looking at other things, including the game, so I will miss certain questions and stuff in the chat. If you feel like I've missed your question, do feel free to just ask it again.
Unless the question is, why is your camera work so shoddy, in which case just keep it to yourself.
No, I will answer. I will defend myself against questions like that. So I will actually answer them. I'm more likely to answer hostile questions than nice ones, because that's the way that the world works in general. People often will respond to more polarizing type of, you know, things. If you're too nice, you're easy to be ignored. That's just the unfortunate truth of the world, guys. I didn't come up with that.
Ding! Ding!
Let me know if the music's too loud. It probably is. I will fix it after the intro.
Another fun fact about the German MCC, MCC Pride 25 is our third MCC in June this year.
Oh my god, it is, yeah.
Is that the record for the most MCCs ever in a month? Tom wants to do a fourth, you guys.
Well, that's pretty difficult considering we only have one weekday left. We could do
One
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's playing? Anybody? Chat?
I can play.
Nobody
give me
said
two
yes. All right.
seconds. Okay. I guess I'll play by myself.
Oh, sorry. Too late. Now look at these tryhards. That's a cool build, actually.
Is that the audio mix better? Is that better? Can you hear everyone in the? Can you hear everyone in the team speak a bit better? Oh, look at that! First time. Got it right the first time. I do like a tight FOV.
Where did I get
Right.
my pretty bow? Is this hangover from last year?
Freaking noobs! Hamster fan,
The
get the
what?
hell out of here!
Oh yeah. You had it last year, so it's probably
I love it.
saved.
No, I'm done. I'm done, hamster. Head up! I'm not answering any of your questions anymore.
The camera work can't be straight for Pride Month. You know what? Fair. Good one. Oh my gosh, why aren't the spectators on Team Blank Corp actually?
Look at that
Good
camera
point.
work. Look at that camera work. Look at that. Oh, wait, no, wait. Sorry. That was bad. Oh, sorry. Oh, why does it do that? I don't want to... Bugging out. It's bugging out. Okay, wait. Okay, watch this camera work. Watch this. Wait. Wasn't ready. Okay, oh, shh. You didn't see that. Wait, what? Wait, my hotkey is not working. Oh. Wait, why did that change? There we go. Wait, shh. There you go. Look at that camera work. First time?
Somebody's here for the first time ever to watch here because they can't decide what team to watch. Oh man, we need to convince them to go watch somebody better than us.
Doesn't it suck when the good camera work just ends all of a sudden? Just-
Yeah, like
just
when Tom
stops.
doesn't stream and you do instead.
Just stops.
Where are we going first? Build Mart?
Seems like Bill.
Build Mart, but
Which is nice.
first?
But more.
Survive games at 6 votes though, so. it was
The
close.
anti-risk pick.
It's always nicer to experience a new game or rework first.
Yep.
Oh yes, that is another disclaimer. If anyone is... The hell? Am I stuck? Okay, there we go. If anyone is here for your first time, we don't actually... Like, we're not... This is an admin stream. This is not a commentary stream, right? So don't expect us to be, like, commentating all that much. We
Don't
do
expect
often...
us to give any information of value whatsoever.
Yeah.
In fact, whoever said we talk 1% about the game currently being played, like you shouldn't raise people's expectations. That's setting them too high.
Yeah, we are very off topic. Very. And that is why some people come to the admin stream. And those people are respected. Everyone else who expects more, pay for it, alright? That's what I say. And we don't take payments for commentary. So that is the paradox. that you will ultimately have to face.
The how many arms would you need to win against a bear stream? Yeah, it's like I saw a question the other day. It was like, who would win in a tug of war between the 100 weakest people in the world and the one strongest person in the world? I think the answer there is obvious, but then the question becomes how many out of the list of weakest people would you need to match the strongest person?
Quite a lot of people going for the 5 stars. That was, at least 7. Oh, sorry, that's a little bit too much commentary for this far in the stream.
I was gonna say though, it's really interesting the amount of congregation that's happening right now, because this type of thing obviously happens in normal build mart, but it happens on the fly a lot more. Like people just go crazy to find the stuff at their base.
I'm so sorry, I was not playing the music. This is possibly the worst version of a game that you could ever watch now, because the music is not there.
What is this spicy Noxite today, lol? This is Noxite's first admin stream since Halloween of last year, I think. Is that right?
Probably.
Might be.
Yeah.
You weren't at at Blank Canvas this year. We didn't do one for the last 2 MCCs, and you weren't there for Party 2.
Yeah, I got promoted. I don't have to be on the ground floor no more. Well,
Oof.
unless it's days like this. I just sit in my penthouse office room. Just looking at charts of numbers of things that are happening on the ground floor. That's what it's like now. There's the music.
I'm having this problem right now where I can't remember if I ordered my Pride coin already.
Can you believe there was a time that MCC didn't have music?
That was
What, before it was born?
I would... is there any footage of the first ever MCC anywhere? It has to be,
No,
right?
there's 0. I'll get deleted.
No, but it was streamed, so surely it's just
There's
somewhere.
plenty of people that have gone almost every POV. They're collecting
Yeah,
them
no,
all.
it definitely exists.
I kind of want
I think we posted one of the MTC ones on the Volts channel as well.
I'd kind of love to see it.
I did not order my Pride coin yet. It's actually kind of homophobic of me to not have bought that yet, actually.
Yeah. Your ally is gonna be really late.
Well, here it goes.
This is one of the hardest games to spectate, by the way. So I just don't do it.
Makes sense.
I just sit in someone's room that we have some mild interest in, and we just watch them build. Tap L has completely crashed, apparently.
Yeah, I think his computer went down or
Damn.
something.
Couldn't handle the changes. Couldn't handle the enhanced graphics of the new build Mart. The golden build, probably. Let me figure out. Someone has to be out in the hub, right? There it is. Hopefully no streamer is watching the admin stream right now
That'd be a bit weird.
and cheating a little bit. If you are watching, I will find you. So fun fact, we hired a very expensive professional Minecraft builder to submit this build for us. They charged us around 200 pounds an hour. I think it took them about 6 hours to build this one.
It's honestly kind of a steal.
Yeah, I was surprised by the price.
So, you know,
Tom says he wishes he could charge that. I mean, you could, and you could see what happens.
yeah, I'll be honest, I was a little confused when they submitted it, but they said, hey, Michelangelo is priceless. So you can't put a price on art.
It grows on you.
Yeah, I think, and that was another one. He took about 9.5 hours on this one. Don't know why he needed the extra 30 minutes, but would have been nice to be rounded off at 9 hours. Would have been cheaper as well. He did charge us for the half hour. Let's go see how red team's doing. They're not even bothering. With the golden build. Is anyone bothering with the golden build?
I think
Nope.
Pink is the only team who did it.
Nope. Nope. I just did that one. Oh! They're still on the, still doing the old one. And now probably very confused why it isn't submitting.
I don't think they realized the gold build has changed already. So that one's not valid anymore. It does say in the title.
Yeah, they got 12 seconds left on this one, so probably not worth touching it.
Sponge team's trying.
Don't know what you're thinking. This is obviously one from that professional builder, but it's not. I built this one. Just kidding. I didn't build this one. It's actually really genius when you think about it. Like this idea to kind of like mix the wooden textures together. Actually, feels like a varied plate, you know? You know when you go out for like a one dish dinner and everything's kind of like mixed together, like a stir fry, for example. This isn't like a stir fry. It's more of a, nice plate with like 5 different types of ingredients on it, you know? But then those ingredients have slight mixes with them, you know? So it's not just an asparagus. It's an asparagus with a bit of broccoli on it. That's what I think about when I see this build.
It's all very profound.
And what's even more interesting about this is I actually can't come up with anything more interesting about this one. the coins are awarded based on the performance of the teams. Hopefully that answers your question, Dan Metro.
Hopefully you guys have understood why we don't do commentary over here.
Dan Metro is asking for a summary of how the coins are awarded.
You build, star is coin, more star, more coin.
Which also correlates to the performance of the teams. So I was correct in the first place. Any fans of Lorcana? You know, the card game? Any fans in the chat? I actually just got done with playing about like 2 hours of it. My first time ever. It was actually pretty good. Actually pretty good. That is not a sponsor. It's basically like Disney's version of Magic the Gathering. They're doing like a world championship today. So I was like, oh, alright, I'll have that. And I haven't played it still. Crikey, no one's heard of it. No one's heard of the like Disney card game Lorcana. It came out like two years, maybe a year ago. I can't remember.
What game?
Lorcana. If you pronounce it in like an American accent, it's like Lorcana.
Isn't that the name of that princess in the movie star trailer that you did? Princess Lorcana.
Wait, what was the actual name?
It's Lorkia.
Oh yeah, Princess Lorkia. Yeah.
You did the same voice, and it made me think of that. No, I'm pretty sure you're making this game up, though. Like, I don't think it's a real thing.
It's a freaking... Like, they've done a trading card game, and it uses all the Disney characters. So you're like, you know, you're looking for an answer. You're hoping that the next draw is going to give you something good, and then, like, Winnie the Pooh comes out, you know?
Yeah,
it's
sure they did, Grandpa. Let's get you back to bed.
It's genuinely, it's really quite silly. Winnie the Pooh, by the way, very powerful card, surprisingly. So that is the 8.6k. That doesn't include the coins, does it?
It does.
Oh right. So we've done like an average, like a.
It does, but it'll be more. We put down like a number that is safe, but we never know how much the coins are going to cost until everybody orders them, because they get cheaper the more that people order, and also because the
potentially becomes more.
The additional charges, which sometimes apply to goods purchased overseas, are being decided right now by hand waves and mood swings. So we have to deal with that as well. So we've picked a safe number, and it will be at least that, but it should be better than that.
So has anyone heard of the Pokemon trading card game? Is that
the Pokemon trading card game? What are you?
What's the first edition foil Charizard equivalent in Lorcana? A hollow poo. I'm pretty sure it's like an Elsa or something. Let me have a look. Everyone's just going mad here. Stand up here while I... Where's that rainbow chicken? Beach Perfumes giant rainbow chicken. Where's it at?
It's close to the Walk of Fame.
It's on the low hill.
Right. The most valuable... It's actually Maleficent, the dragon. That's apparently the highest card. And then Elsa. Of course it's Elsa. How did that become to be? Like, how... Isn't it interesting? Like, if you were to be like, what is the most... Who's the most popular Disney character ever? Would you guess Elsa? Or does it depend on, like, your age? Because I'm not... Like, do people nowadays still watch... You know, do kids nowadays still watch Winnie the Pooh, for example?
Their kids nowadays watch Winnie the Pooh. Oh my gosh. I
Do
have
they?
seen
Is it?
everything Winnie the Pooh that exists.
Oh, okay. So he's still,
Period.
like, majorly, like,
Yeah,
popular. Okay.
He's gone out of it, like Thomas in particular has gone out of it a little bit over the past month or so, but he was so in love with the books for like a 6-month period that he would... If you like misspoke or said a couple words out of order on accident, he would stop you and tell you to go again. You'd be like, "What are you talking about?" And then he would just recite all the words in that section.
All right. Damn. I
Crazy.
didn't realize.
Yep.
What about, like, Bambi?
I don't think that's like
Bambi's a little
wildly
bit more
popular.
niche.
Yeah, and it's also just like a movie, right? Like it doesn't have all the... Like Winnie the Pooh is a book and several movies and several animated shows and, you know, just lots of characterization, plushies, video games.
The egg counter at the bottom of the screen is how many chickens we have to release. So every time someone donates, that counter goes up. So it's like, imagine it's like the pool of chickens that we have. So your chicken gets added to that pool, and then as the event goes through, we release it from that pool.
And then you go watch all 40 POVs until you see somebody smack your chicken.
Yeah. So when the number goes down, we're releasing chickens to go get murdered. And when the number goes up, that's more people donating, equaling more chickens. What first question of the night? It's just crazy for a first question. What is a weird obsession you had/have? I actually have to think about this one. Anyone in this channel want to go first? What's a weird obsession you have that you are comfortable in sharing?
I don't know, I still have to think about it.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have one instantly and nothing's coming to mind.
A weird obsession.
Isn't being obsessed with Hyto kind of weird? Like the game isn't even gonna release. Like
That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Oh, brutal.
Pain.
Too soon, too soon.
Unless.
You know, I will say that's kind of like, I don't know. It's an upsetting story. I don't even talk about it. It's just sad. It's just a sad story, the whole thing.
I did cry a bit the next day.
I was gonna make the joke that you might have, but I didn't because I thought it was most likely true.
Yeah, I did cry. Yeah. But mostly because I know the people, right, that work there. So it's really, just really sad.
Yeah, for context, anyone in chat, Hugo in this channel, who's a developer on MCC, has had a very, very vocal and public obsession with Hytale from the very beginning.
Hytale's biggest fan.
Yeah, Hytale's biggest fan, which
Easily.
a lot of us in the crew, obviously we were all fans. We were all excited about it. Hugo was probably the most vocal and public of obsessions of all. So that's us making fun of Hugo.
Well, he
No,
is a
come
Hytale
on.
YouTuber after all, so
Yeah.
it would be silly if you weren't obsessed with Hytale.
Stefan, I swear you and I put money on whether Hytale or GTA was gonna release first. And I can't
now
find a
it's
record
pretty
of it
clear.
anywhere. Well, GTA still hasn't come out yet, but I was betting on GTA to be out first.
Can you imagine that
I
Simon
mean,
actually
you-
buys the thing back and it releases before GTA?
Yeah, I
No,
could
not
actually. I have
for
a really
GTA.
good imagination.
Yeah, it's very unlikely, but it would be so funny.
I think there's two routes. Either Silksong gets cancelled next and then GTA after, or Hytale gets bought back and releases, but it releases last.
Yeah.
That's either a good or a bad universe.
Okay, I found like kind of a weird obsession, but it's like I don't know, maybe not actually that weird because it was like my version of gaming with my now wife. But my wife and I have 2 or 3 different times in our lives become addicted to just like the worst kind of mobile video game because it was something that we could play together. So the first one was Restaurant Story. Back in college, which is literally you just like build a restaurant and like have to cook food and stuff. I mean, it's like it's a useless app, but we liked it, so we played it. And then about like a year and a half ago, we got really into Township, which is basically the same thing but for a town. Yeah, terrible, horrible thing to do with your life.
Someone made a big donation, by the way, because I'm seeing small chicken sellers, and that's a big one.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, there's multiple Noxcrew people who are married. Two Noxcrew babies, technically. Children. I have a kid, and one of our newest developer on my team has like a 3-month-old baby. Yeah, I've been married for almost 6 years, but my wife and I have been together for like 14 years.
I still haven't found an answer to the question of weird obsession. So we've had Hytale, jokingly, and a strange mobile game. Maybe I just don't think any obsessions are weird. What's an example of a weird obsession? Okay, Vampire Survivor type games. What are they called? Idle.
I think just Vampire Survivor type games.
What? There's a name
pretty
for them.
accurate.
They're like idle somethings. They're not really idle. But they're kind of like halfway. They're tiptoeing from being like an idle game.
Like more an auto game, but
Yeah, auto.
not really a battler.
Something.
But
I know. Question is, Evan's still into golf and the PGA games? Yeah. I mean, I still really enjoy playing it. I don't get nearly as much time to play as I would have several years ago, and I'm not playing like any golf video games right now, but still enjoy them. Still enjoy Minecraft golfing whenever I get the opportunity, which is once a year if I'm lucky.
have you seen on islands that there's new physics for the orbs? Like those could actually make pretty good golf balls now.
I haven't, but that's exciting.
Spent a bunch of time and they have like accurate bouncing and everything. Like if you throw them into a slime block they bounce further. And had the code custom collision detection and like everything.
Ooh.
Daniel Hugo, do you want to answer this question? Folly Red Vixen is asking, as someone who's developing their own event, how did you do the custom UI elements such as the progress bars, scoreboard, etc.?
Let's give you the gist of it, which is the technique is to use fonts for everything. So in the resource pack you can include a custom font. There's a bunch of different types, but like the standard one is like a TTF file, but the most useful one is like a bitmap type. So you can just use any PNG and then you define like random, like which ones are in the font. And you can just map any letter to any PNG file. So that lets you just render anything anywhere you can put text. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with it because there's a lot of places with text. So you can start doing it in like scoreboard, pulse bar, action bar, titles. That's how we do the like loading screens. You can put them in the names of inventory menus. And you can really do anything with it. We've got like a whole custom tool chain developed for all of this. But the basic is just, turn the letter A into a picture of a crown and then write the letter A with your custom font and you've got a crown in your text. And then later on, there's a lot of techniques, but like, if you define a character in a font set, you're allowed to say how wide it is. So you can make a character that's like 5 pixels wide to move 5 pixels to the right. And you can also do negative 5 pixels. Or you can, nowadays you can just make a space that's minus 5 pixels. And you can use that to like align stuff back and forth. You can basically just draw. It's pretty neat stuff. Should be able to find like a lot of community resource for this because it's a pretty popular technique nowadays.
Yeah. There were nothing about this like 2 years ago. It was so difficult to learn how to do this.
Like, back when NCC started, we had a single PNG file that just overwrote a bunch of characters in the default font. So we used like Chinese characters and just made them look like the team icons.
I finally got an answer to the weird obsession thing. So I sometimes have weird obsessions with certain media that I discover. A film that I have a weird obsession with is Fifth Element. So I always say it's my favorite film because it just is. If anyone's seen it, you know why. You understand why. And then for a video game, I'd say this is an odd one because anytime I say this, everyone thinks that it's a weird obsession because it's such an odd game to have an obsession with. Final Fantasy 15. And I hated it to begin with, but then forced myself to finish it and then weirdly became obsessed with it. And for anyone who has actually played that game, you'll fully understand why. Anyone who hasn't played the game will just think it's a weird obsession. And yet again, no one in the chat has played that game. Just like no one in the chat has heard of Lorcana. Chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cultured would you say that you are?
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
You're very cultured
Just,
if you've
like-
seen the same films I have seen.
Do you know, if there's like things you haven't seen, you're obviously like uncultured, right?
Right, but you need to
You know,
specify what culture.
If you haven't heard of the Disney trading card game or played Final Fantasy 15, you're just uncultured. That is it. You know, flat out, right? And you know, when I said Fifth Element, no one said anything. No one in chat was like, "Yeah, that film." So it just must mean there's a lot of uncultured people in the chat. That is obviously. This is sarcasm for anyone who needs it. Whoever needs that, what do they call it? Disclaimer. But hey, look, you know, everyone in the chat started saying stuff as soon as I attacked them. See? Sometimes you just gotta attack people to get them to talk.
Man, Reddit's not getting it. Like, they keep blowing the bridge up. They don't get that they can just break the rail. So there we go. Filza just got it. A bit too late, but he understood.
See, everyone knows of Final Fantasy 15, and someone knows of Fifth Element, but no one's seen it. Folly thinks they remember. Watching Fifth Element. Apparently there's a question coming in that's potentially autistic. That's an exciting one.
Ooh, can't wait.
I think. Thought Final Fantasy only made multiples of 7. That's funny. Yeah, I guess everyone's heard of Final Fantasy 7, right? Because everyone knows Cloud. That guy with blonde spiky hair. And then there's the MMO. Sorry. I didn't read the full context. Fifth Element is like one of the greatest films ever made. It just, you know, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it just hits. And it is a brilliantly creative and flamboyant sci-fi. No one in chat has played Final Fantasy 15. Just checking. The boy band one, you know? The one that looks like a boy band and they go on like a big road trip. But they're not actually a boy band. There's nothing musical about it. Thank you, Soup2287, for your first chat message ever sent. Thank you for backing me up. I noticed that you didn't comment on whether Fifth Element was a good or bad film, but, you know, it's okay. It's okay. We all have different opinions.
Just want to mention how I think this was the second railroad where people just played railroad and didn't get screwed out of points. Hooray.
You don't usually get into RPGs, Dan Metro. Usually. So which RPG did you get into? Because that probably means there was one. It's probably like Baldur's Gate or something.
I've played one RPG, and it was Lord of the Rings: The Third Age for the PS2. That's it, no others.
Oh, Wingcraft. Okay.
Yeah, Windcraft counts.
Yeah, that counts. Yeah. See, Soup said, Fifth Element is a good film. I just prefer other movies. Which is a light way of saying it was alright. It was just alright. I respect your I respect your review. But you're wrong. Oh, Folly is responsible for the remix pitch and the introduce yourself threads on the MCC forums. Here we go. We got a famous person in the chat. Yeah, what happened to the music?
Which music?
Hub music.
There is no hub music.
I've
But that doesn't have it.
I've just had the music pack on for MCC Island for too long, haven't I?
Yeah, we can't bring that to event because on event the music is synced to ticking of the timer.
Yeah.
So it would run into so many issues. We have to like align it.
Yeah, that was certainly a moment for me there.
Oh, it's time for lag. Just prepare yourself.
Hamsterfan has been recognised on MCCI as the person who asks questions. Brilliant.
Well, Cyan dunked
LOL.
themselves.
That was...
And they did it.
Wow. Alright, chat. Has anyone got any weird obsessions that they've been weirdly obsessed with? That you are comfortable to share? Because I feel like that could get some interesting answers, you know?
The dome doesn't want the latest G.
TV quiz shows. I guess that is a weird obsession if you're just watching them because you really enjoy. Do you maybe enjoy TV quiz shows because you really enjoy trying to also answer the questions? Yeah, I mean, playing a lot of Splatoon is not exactly a weird obsession. Okay. Okay. You like rocks. Why do you like rocks? Yeah, the Ace Attorney franchise. I think I tried Ace Attorney for like 20 minutes and it was interesting. I never you know, I obviously need to play longer to actually like fully give a review. So I don't actually have a review on it, but it was pretty interesting and stylish, I guess. Okay, weirdly obsessed with cleaning videos on TikTok. I think that is a weird obsession. Oh, do you know what? Do you know there's people that are obsessed with like people like squeezing spots and stuff? That's weird. That's a weird obsession. doing daily quests in video games. No, do you know? Have you ever? Oh, I feel like I'm about to call out someone in this chat, but have you ever met those people that have like, I don't know, like 10 gacha games on their phones, and they do the dailies for every single one of them every day? I'm not even sure if that's an obsession. I think that's an addiction.
I think that's an issue.
because our resident question asker, Hamster Fan, asked what our weirdest obsessions were. And I thought that was a really interesting question to ask chat. Because we couldn't come up with very interesting things. And Hamster didn't know why they like rocks. Tiffy is weirdly obsessed with weather. Like what, Tiffy? Like just telling the weather? like knowing the weather or like understanding the science behind weather. But what's that? Is Ace Attorney actually a game, or is it just like a visual novel?
A visual novel is a game. But some of the Ace Attorney games, most of them have like investigation segments, I think. Where you go around, you like click on stuff.
Oh, like, okay, I see. Like a adventure click game.
Yeah, point and click.
Yeah, point and click. Hamster, I'm weirdly curious with what list of dailies you need to do every day, yes. I'm presuming you're talking about games.
Make sure the daily
It's like
mark Mario
empty the
course is included.
dishwasher.
Yeah.
Fold your socks.
You know,
Set up some
wipe your
push-ups.
bum
Yeah.
after a poo. Hamster does not do chores.
They don't
Wow.
have time.
Must live with the parents.
I was gonna say somebody's
Yeah.
in for a rude awakening.
Or just got like an epic partner who is, you know, doesn't care.
Look, doing a lot of gacha dailies doesn't come without sacrifice.
I spent the 30 minutes before I came down to watch this cleaning the kitchen.
I'm waiting for this list. Yeah, Hamster, I want this list. I want to know this list now.
Well, presumably it's quite long.
Yeah, it's taken Hamster a while. Hey, we got to slow down the chickens. We're down to 550.
People just need to donate more.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're using code names. Well, like nicknames. So you have Dragon Game, Duolingo, and Finch. And on your laptop, it's Offline Game and MCCI, where you do dailies and weeklies. If you want to know the current event standings, you go to mcc.live. I've just pasted it in the chat for you.
Actually, if that's what we're talking about for dailies, I might actually have a weirder obsession.
All right.
Well, you know about this.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
like to eat socks, don't you?
I do like to eat socks. No, there's a there's a mobile app called Flow Free. It's like one of those games where you drag the dots to each other, like fill the grid. And my daily streak is currently at 3,095 days, which is every single day since January 1st, 2017. Never missed.
Whoa.
I've been through, I think I'm on my 4th phone in that time period, and I've somehow managed to not lose it.
Is that even an
It's been
obsession at
taking
this point?
phones.
That's like a must. It's just baked into your muscle memory now.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know that you're doing it. You're just doing it.
Yeah, I actually do the daily challenges on like 7 games from that publisher, and I basically black out for like 4 minutes in the morning, and they're all done. It takes me longer than that to do them. I am having a bad day,
Okay.
and that's how I'm gonna know when like brain degradation really starts to settle in as I age. You know, like if I start getting like dementia or anything, it's gonna be because I'm struggling with those.
Right, Soup, we're gonna need more deets. What the hell does this mean? Soup had a weird obsession with Percy Jackson, so much that Soup got a job based off a character. You start your job on your birthday. Like, what? What does this mean? Is it like a job where you have to like dress up as a like an actor? Or some, you know, escape room or something? You have to dress up as an actor. Sorry, that is literally just being an actor. Camp activities instructor, which is somehow role playing on a character inspired by Percy Jackson. That is rather interesting.
Okay, you're watching this. Mine's running. Oh shoot, I commentated it.
Well, that's our commentator
did.
quota for the day.
Yeah, nobody can do anymore. Lime and Red fighting right next to Aqua. Oh, there's gonna be some pandemonium over here.
I think Red's trapped on a building. Oh, never mind.
Oh, back to that. That's why you can break windows.
Shadow Gaming coming out with an incredibly interesting question. How is it to like in the Nox crew?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like most of them.
How is it to work in the Nox crew? Curious and varied. No, curious is the wrong word. Interestingly varied sometimes. Sometimes it's not.
We've had this really good problem for way too long lately where we have way too many things to do. So it's like good to be busy, but it gets old.
How would the Nox crew run if Noxite was a worm?
Could you reach your microphone?
Well, Hamster,
would be
you
step
probably
number
wouldn't
one.
have me here reading that question out.
I think step number one would be you'd have to get a different microphone. Did you all from the Nox crew play Minecraft before creating MCC, and how long? Oh boy. Oh boy. Nox crew history lesson.
Harvey is stuck in a building.
No, he's not. He has a window right there.
I don't know if you can break on the border.
I'm stuck. Okay, yeah, he's stuck.
Yeah, the Nox crew history lesson should actually be just to go watch season 1 of the Nox crew game show.
Do we save him?
He's saved. He's saved.
That's hilarious.
Meanwhile, purpose to farming. Should we tell him Specs can hit him? Actually, well, Specs kind of figuring it out.
Oh, they're just gonna bomb rush him, aren't they? Oh no!
Close the door.
Skedaddle.
This is such an odd little like spot to fight. Can he take them all? Can he take them? Like Appa has like no health.
Tiny room. Yeah, but everyone's on half now.
Oh, Tapple.
This
took
actually a
damage
good.
there.
They're coming in. they're
Oh,
breaching.
No. They got him. That was really fun.
Yeah, Jamie, I had an epiphany the other day on how they've set up like the screen to read where your finger goes in between those cells, and it's made it less terrible, but yeah, it's not the best coded app, is it? Yeah, that's true. Noxer, would you like or hate it if Noxite was a worm? Depends. Does his voice still sound the same, or does it go
Such
higher
a-
pitched because he's smaller?
Such a weird question. Just get out of here. You know what? Get out of here.
No, I want to know what
That
happens
depends.
to your voice.
What is he capable of as a worm?
Because I've heard him with a higher pitched voice. It happens sometimes when he tries to play Minecraft Bedrock, and I don't think I would like that if his voice got higher pitched. I meant to bring my coffee downstairs in my Greg's mug, and I forgot. Really sad.
You're just
Noxcrew, would
insta-killing every chicken. Jesus.
Noxcrew, would you ever make MCC also for Bedrock player? Did you play the event that we did teamed up with Minecraft last year for the 15th anniversary? Because we sort of did. And there's also like, Grid Runners Pro is a lot of the same types of things that you see in Grid Runners in the event. Run, Swim, Fly, Parkour is the Bedrock version of Ace Race. There's a little bit that you can go over and do, but MCC is like is an entertainment show, really, more than anything. It's on Java because that's where the players are. That's too bad. It was fun. I played a lot of that one to earn my cape. That's got to be like top 5 favorite like Noxer things we've ever done for me. Anyways, is the event resulting in the cape, because now we get on like MCC Island or even in MCC, and you just see people wearing the MCC cape, which is so cool. And you get the green team with all their Mojang capes on. Oh yeah, Terra Swoop Force as well. That's on Bedrock. Good call there. The really interesting thing about seeing that route get optimized, Jamie, was knowing, like, we had obviously played it quite a bit before we'd sent it out for you guys, and we had, like, essentially the same optimized route, but with, like, a couple changes, and it was really neat to watch, like, the public basically decipher it the same way that we did. It was pretty cool. You say it's defo top 5 cape, not top 3. It's top 1 for me. Full circle moment, Yep. Twitch Rivals, big one. AIMSy 1v4, maybe the biggest top 1 moment of all time. If anybody in here hasn't seen the entire Color of the World event, but specifically Dodgebolt from that, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that would like nope. There's no better Dodgebolt. Never will be.
No.
It literally impossible.
Okay, so here's the one way that we could have a better one, right?
No.
If it was a 1v4 in round 5 live with a similar like type of team in it, that could be better. Other than that, it would take 2 1v4s.
Can't catch him.
Who are you trying to
I'm
catch?
trying to catch Antfrost, like spectating his head, but he's too fast. It's too fast for me. Not possible.
Antfrost was debating whether to throw to get the stickers, but he decided to not throw because he didn't want to like make his team not go to the spot. But he's throwing whenever he can.
There we go. Got him. Gotta do it like that. Where you can see his behind. Huh? Is this the kind of camera work you expected? Nox Crew, who came up with the idea of MCC? It's just like... It's such a complicated and weaved question to answer because it doesn't make... You can't answer it. It's like, how does an idea come together? Lots and lots of mixtures of inspirations. One of which were, you know, the largest inspiration was probably Nox Crew Game Show from 2012. So that's, if you go back and watch Nox Crew's like really old 2012 game show, you'll actually find quite a lot of the games from MCC in there. Dodgebolt was a Nox Crew Game Show game.
And it almost worked.
Yeah. It's just a hard one because it's like we stopped doing Nox Crew Game Show, and then in 2019 there was like Minecraft Mondays, and it was like this really cool thing, right, where loads of streamers were taking part in kind of like a Minecraft, you know, game show. And it was all live, and it was very, very exciting. And I met Scott at the last E3 that ever was, I think that was the last E3. And Scott was really inspired to do some sort of like Creator Olympics kind of thing. So I essentially was like, hey, what if we do something in the middle that uses a bit of like Nox Crew Game Show? We figure something out, and then we kind of like work together to invent, you know, MCC. Like Nox Crew provided majority of kind of like the game design and, you know, putting everything together and stuff, and then Scott was playing as like the consultant on the side. like Scott comes from a very like streamer background, so he was very useful in creating things that would be very friendly towards the streamers, things that the streamers were gonna be able to interact with well. I don't know, but there's the kind of like gist of it. But like, yeah, it just comes from like a lot of people and over a long period of time. I don't actually know. I can't even count how many people have worked on MCC.
You have to take your socks off.
Yeah. I met Scott randomly. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I'm getting cancelled.
Alright.
Alright, that's it.
the end of the stream,
stream's over.
everybody.
I randomly met Scott at E3, and then we just got talking about the Minecraft community and that. Yeah, Nox like got too lazy to edit, so he made it live.
Actually, a big part of it, isn't it?
I'm not sure which one was easier.
I mean, definitely the doing it live part.
How do you and your team manage to optimize the game to host events like that? Sometimes I host community events, and the biggest struggle is Minecraft TPS dropping to the void. Daniel, you want to say this? Yeah.
Is we just bought a very good host. We bought a dedicated server to run it on that has the best CPU possible, or well, single core CPU even. And then beyond that, there have been cases where we've had to like go in ourselves and do optimization, turn down the like render distance of chunks, reduce entities. We've had to like optimize things like the border and sky battle to have less particles. For Bingo, I had to go in and optimize the mob spawning code because that was making the game too laggy. There's some good community tooling out there to like debug what is happening, but there's not much explanation about it. It's really a thing you have to learn.
I'm washed, you guys. I got 7th.
Alright. Cool. Shadow, these are complicated questions. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like a simple answer, really. Like, did you think MCC and Noxu would ever be a big thing? No. There's your answer. No. There was actually... Yeah, I just can't say there was any expectations. Like, we didn't even plan for MCC to, like, go on for that long. Pretty sure it was, like, 6 months.
Tom, don't say where it is, but is the crystal, like, shown up? Because Enfrost is searching the entire map and cannot find it. Oh, he's a little devious. Well, that's probably gonna go absolutely insane over that. I hope you're happy. Can spectators pick it up, or?
I don't think so.
That's so rude, actually.
Bum,
Trying to find it.
When MCC ends, will you make MCC 2? I feel like,
MCC2 was in 2019, wasn't it?
yeah, I feel like we've already done that 50 plus times. What a bit. Be ashamed of that question. How did you guys make up all the different death messages? Like, what's the backstories to those? It's
Most
like,
of them are from Noctis, right?
yeah, I feel like we're seeking depth in very shallow places. Yeah, I think it's wasn't it? No. I seem to remember that we group. So yes, quite a bit of it was Noctis, but I seem to remember like group suggestions from testers back in the day.
Yeah, the original selection came from Terra Swoop Force, didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Shit,
we even
maybe there
used the
was.
Terra Super Force ones. I think a lot of the MC ones were just tester sourced in like season 1.
Audience vote time.
Maybe there was quite a bit of depth to that answer. You guys want deep questions, huh?
Are there chickens in this? I think we shouldn't. Just let them have a break.
Yeah. This is like an actual break. We also need more donations.
Yeah, no chickens. Like, actually, no chickens. We say no chickens. There's no
There
chickens.
will be no chickens.
We don't. Yeah, especially during breaks, because that's anxiety, you know.
Yeah, people just need
Literally.
to pee and stuff.
Why are there animals in the names for the teams? So I think it was me, this one. When I was writing up the branding for the MCC, literally, it just seemed like a good idea that when you make teams, to also attach some sort of like character to it, because it makes it just, you know, have more character. Originally, I was trying to name them after Minecraft mobs. So every single one of them was a Minecraft mob until a couple of years ago, where we said like, hey, maybe that's not a clever idea. Maybe we should actually, you know, use just like animals, so that, you know, if we're making merch, for example, you know, we're not stepping on Minecraft shoes by making merch of a Minecraft character, you know. But, you know, you can make a bat because that's not necessarily Minecraft IP, right? That's an actual animal. But, you know, I shouldn't go and sell a creeper, for example, because that's not our IP. So we changed, we used to have Cyan, oh my god, what were they? What were they before coyotes? Yeah, Cyan creepers. Yeah, sorry. Oh my god, I literally said it. I literally exampled it as well. Cyan creepers, and then the guardians, green guardians. So we changed both of those to green geckos and cyan coyotes. Fun fact, cyan coyotes was almost cyan turtles. Teal turtles, sorry. Which, you know, we already kind of have a waterish animal, and turtles are kind of like, I don't know, not cool enough. So, you know. Yeah, there was a time that they were called Cyan cylinders, and then we realized that wasn't that great of a name. Just kidding. I think that was for the... Was that for Scuffed? No,
I don't think
can't
so.
remember. We played it. It was some joke. It was some elevator joke. The Cyan cylinders. If you were in a post-apocalyptic world, what would you do? I don't know. Try and survive? Oh, this is... You know what? Actually, no. I'm not going to... There are some dark answers to that question, Hamster. And I don't think we should go there. Not on stream. Because, you know, there's the reality that you like to think, and then there's the reality version of reality of what actually would happen in an apocalypse. And it's, you know, the question of how far would you go to survive? Cupcake Gaming. Hello. 41 months. Congratulations. '50 is going to be quite a threshold, quite a milestone. That'll be like old as well. Hit 50. Be old. Yeah, it's not actually that far away. Parkour. It's pretty lively in here, isn't it? One could say it's one of the liveliest admin streams we've ever had.
Whoa, settle down.
You know?
Please calm down.
You know, I like whenever I try and, talk about some topical topics, always get made fun of. You know? For not commentating.
My mood would be higher, but to be honest, I'm still sad about Hightail.
Come on.
Do we want to talk about it? Do we talk about
This is a therapy
Hightail?
session. Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, I can yap about Hightail for like the 3 hours.
It's just sad. It's just sad stories. Like just everything and everywhere. You know, I was gonna talk about when we talk about obsessions and how it had this like incredibly loyal following. I feel sad. I feel sad about that entire thing. Like how many people create like YouTube channels and communities around it, and
It's really sad, but also that might have saved the project. Like there's like a 1% chance that it might come back. Have you seen Twitter?
no.
It's
Actually.
hopium. It's hopium.
No, it definitely is, but like the original CEO, Simon from Hypixel,
Yeah.
said he's willing to do anything to get it back from Riot.
Whoa.
He said he can pay like $25 million to get like a 30 people team, stuff like that.
Whoa.
Like he really wants to do it, but it's really up to Riot. So,
Whoa.
but it would be epic. It would be an incredible story, that's for sure. Like indie game goes to AAA, then goes back to indie game.
That's not unheard of. That can happen.
No, I'm like
Yeah.
Riot is open to like selling it, right? They tried
Yeah.
before canceling it, so who knows? Yeah, it's Hopium. Right now it's Hopium.
If it does happen, Hugo's got the copy paste tweet link ready for everybody. They can all worship him for bringing the game back, but really it was him and Tubbo. Let's be real.
Yeah, like all of that conversation popped up because Tabo was bullying Simon
Yeah.
on Twitter to make it like a Kickstarter to get it back.
That's pretty crazy. The event is going okay. Pretty okay. Got some anonymous allies floating around. I don't know, does anyone have any hot takes? Any hot takes anyone's hot taked recently?
Hmm.
Got any of them hot takes?
Okay, let's give some examples of some hot take.
I don't know.
Hot take, I think it's important to give an example of what you're talking about if you want random people to also talk about it.
Okay, something like I don't know. I think the AI uprising is good for us all.
Whoa,
Something
that
like
is a hot take.
That would be a hot take.
That's not.
That's just like setting yourself for the future, or just getting ahead of things. Like, if you do believe it's gonna happen, might as well just start basing them now. Say thank you to ChatGPT every time you ask for anything.
Yeah.
They'll
They might
remember.
spare your life when they get big.
Like, they've already started gathering infinite amounts of data. They'll remember.
Or like a hot take, like I don't know. I think Noxite's actually good at spectating MCC.
That is a hot take. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
that's pretty odd.
Like a burning take.
Yeah, that take might actually light itself on fire and then like disappear.
We need to raise the heat.
I think the heat's been raised enough. I think maybe a take like that isn't contributing to climate change very well, actually.
Hamster fan thinks that Noxite should bully you more. Takes a lot of energy to bully an entire chat, you know, because it can get dangerous.
Hot take, that pink guy looks really excited to be involved in this build. You see the guy?
I see the guy. He's so excited.
Go back to the camera angle you were at, Steph, at that guy right there. Look at
Oh,
that pink pillar on the right. No,
Yeah.
go down. Yeah.
Yeah, like from this angle.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's really good. I've never noticed that before.
it's great.
All right, somebody get a nice picture of that and make a meme about it.
I'll take a nice picture. I'll just
Remember that-
too.
Remember that time we spent the entire admin stream trying to come up with MCC memes and we came up with like 0? That was a really fun admin stream. We were all so bad at it.
It's just, yeah, I don't know.
You can't force it.
I can't think of any hot takes right now. It's just really hot in the UK right now.
Again?
just like-
Didn't it like cool off for a day?
It got hot again. And like when it's hot, your brain just doesn't work.
That is true.
It's like, and I watched a video on this actually the other day of like why is it tougher to like deal with the heat in the UK? And it's because your body isn't quite climatized to it, and it takes a while for your body to climatize to a hot environment. When heat suddenly just arrives, your body's really surprised by it. And it's just not.
Well, it's partially that, but also partially like, you know, like people in America, like down south specifically, like to meme Europe when it gets the same temperature that they deal with all the time. But like in America, effectively everywhere is air conditioned. Everybody has their own car, which also has air conditioning.
Yeah.
So like you're never actually
deal with
like
it.
exposed to it. You're just like inside, freezing your butt off in central air, and then you just like, you know, go drive in your car to like an air-conditioned restaurant or mall or whatever and do another thing. Whereas in Europe, all the homes are built to trap heat in, first of all, and then second of all, like anytime you have to go anywhere, those places aren't cooled either, and also you have to take public transport, which is a bazillion degrees. So
Oh, here
Yeah.
public transport is cooled. They do climate control, and that's pretty
that's
well.
good to know, Daniel. But the train that you and I rode in on from the airport last year was absolutely not cooled, and I thought I was going to die.
That is fair. From my experience, they do climate control it, but they are not careful how they do it. So they will have the heating on in the summer still sometimes.
Yeah, that
Because
is
they're
what it
stupid.
felt like in that. I was like, please break all of the windows out so I can breathe.
That said, whenever you have that, it's completely different cart by cart. So you can just often go to the other cart and it's like not hot. And they also tend to use they have like first class and second class. And they pump the heat from first class to second class. So if you're in a cart with first class in it, it's always hotter than the carts with only second class. But yeah, overall, not as accounted for as in the US.
Shadow, what do you mean you need to change the MCC participants list? What list is this? Where does this list exist?
There are very few participant lists that we actively maintain.
Do we even have any that are
Well,
public?
MCC.live is maintained by us and is technically a list
guess.
of participants.
But that is where it starts and ends, I think.
Pretty sure. Why don't y'all do things for veterans or men's mental health? It's an interesting... No, this is actually an interesting question. Like, why do we only do one charity event a year?
Are we supposed to do more?
Oh, yeah, that's the one way you can look at it. Like, we get asked this question a lot, actually, and it's something that I have to talk about pretty frequently, so I'm happy to talk about it here. Charity events are always a little bit weird when you're hosting an event that is connected to by streamers, right? So, like, one of the things we look at when we look at the quote-unquote MCC audience is, like, who really is it? Like, do we have MCC fans, or do we have, Smallish Beans fans, or, Philza fans who then come and watch MCC because they're playing in it, right? And, like, obviously there's some MCC fans, like, quite a few people would watch if none of their people were in it, but for the most part, the viewers we're getting are from the streamers themselves, right? And so anytime you're going to do a charity event, you're actually putting the responsibility on, like, those streamers and their viewers to, put up the support for the event. And it's not easy to, create environments where people want to donate. Pride is a really good one for us for a number of reasons, but I think the most, like, prominent reason is it's something that's really important locally to the Nox crew. It's a it's a community that a significant percentage of the Nox crew belongs to, and a lot of Nox crew's personnel throughout at least the 12, 13 years that I've been here, have gone through things where they could use the support that these charities provide. So, we do this one because it's important to us and important to a lot of the MCC players as well. And we have absolutely no problem sourcing stuff for this. But to then do a second one during the year, we do one, we struggle with all those things, all the reasons I talked about, and then the question becomes, okay, well, you did it for these, reasons. Why not this other one? Why not this other one? So I guess, long story short, there, like, this is one that we really deeply care about. It affects us the most, and it's where we choose to, advocate for. So I don't think there's any way to win for everybody there, but this is the one that really matters to us.
I think there's just a general life lesson there as well, where you can only, like, pick so many battles to fight in your entire life, and pick ones that you feel like you can excel in, and others can worry about the rest.
The big challenge with, like, a lot of the way today's world works is so many people expect everybody to fight every battle, and speaking of mental health right there, like, gotta pick your fights. Yeah, Bakugo, I guess I wouldn't want you to take away from that, you know, like trying to assume, you know, like what, you know, people identify as in the Nox crew, but I would like what I would want you to take away is that, like, you know, it's something that we care deeply about. We, you know, either ourselves or through people we know are just like really deeply affected by a lot of those issues. So that's, you know, the battle that we're choosing to fight. I think, you know,
And it doesn't mean that we're not taking anything else seriously.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that any other battles are, you know, any more or less important either. This is just the one that we chose to fight, and, you know, I mean, at least personally, I'm pretty happy with the support that, you know, we've been able to help give through, you know, the stuff that we've made over the past several years. Who wants to talk about that question? That's a fun one.
It's not like an IP getting leaked is not.
Yeah, that like doesn't matter.
Yeah,
there was
of
already a
course we have
whitelist
a
in place,
whitelist,
but
yeah.
the protections on top of that are, I think, what are more interesting. Like the number of times that people have tried to bring us down. I don't know. That would maybe be a Daniel thing if you wanted to talk about it.
I think what I'll say is you can tell by how well someone hides it how much they care. And if for it's not that hard to find our IP. If you find it, it should be pretty clear that we aren't trying to hide it. So we're pretty confident that we're fine. Of course, the difference between not particularly trying to hide it and like putting it right out there, but
I think I'm gonna
prefer the
do a
white
super
essence one.
short chicken rush because we don't even have too many chickens right now.
Yeah, men's mental health is
Not great.
not not great, and the way that people look at that is, you know, honestly, like I think it's like, I don't know, I could talk about this for way longer than I should, but there's just a lot of like unhealthy pressure put on men to kind of hide things, and yeah, that's not healthy. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely no talking down on that. I'd meme about it a lot inside of the Nox crew, but it's like it's a meme that's related, that's, you know, related in truth. But I play therapist pretty often internally, just I guess in an attempt more than anything else to just like get people to open up, and yeah, it's super important. All right, somebody wants to know which voice is Noxite's voice. So on the count of three, will the real Noxite say hello? 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
I was hoping Daniel was
I am
going to say
Noxite,
something.
the annoying one. The annoying voice.
Since
There you
when?
go. I know, I'm just playing a shit joke, alright?
Oh, okay. Self-deprecation.
Yeah, exactly. Now they won't forget, you know?
Yeah. I don't think your voice is annoying.
Shadow, I'm not gonna just drop into a voice chat here, you know? I do appreciate the help. But is there any reason you can't just write it in the chat? In the Twitch chat? I went and looked at our Twitch page, but I can't, like, we don't have it in our we don't have any list in our description, right? So where is it coming from? Is it like a Is it like a plugin? Like a Twitch plugin or something? I don't know, describe it. Just describe it in chat where you're seeing this list. Wait, why are you trying to find the Discord? Shadow, this is... What secrets are you trying to share here? What secret... Do you work for the government? Are you a spy? Trying to send me a secret video. With instructions. Does the video end with you know, if you've got this message, this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds or something?
Yeah, just send it to ModMail and then Jamie will find it and tell us. It's way easier. Oh, somebody's asking for lore reasons. What happened with the sponsorship with Blank Corp? And they hope that we aren't in any legal trouble with them for breach. I mean, how we didn't breach the contract. Stan Bland freaked out and ran away at the end of the show. If anything, they breached.
Yeah, the contract specifically said they were not allowed to run away for any gas-related reasons.
Shadow, right? Okay, I've been on the internet for a long time now, all right? And you know, I've learnt that accepting videos from random strangers in the DMs maybe isn't a great idea.
Videos is fine, but if they ask you to playtest their new game they're working on, that's when it gets sketchy.
I'm scared. What's
Just
happening?
make sure you download it right away so the virus doesn't have time to infect your Discord.
Shadow's trying to send me a virus. I'm not trying to make you look like a villain. I just think you could probably describe what exactly you're trying to send me in the Twitch chat. It's fine. Okay, they've confirmed that they don't want to send me a virus.
Wait a second.
Wait, wouldn't someone
feels
trying
like
to
the
send a
kind of
virus
thing to
say that they aren't trying to send you a virus? Are you trying to send me a picture of feet? Doesn't even know how to make viruses. Wait, do you mean viruses or feet pictures?
I'd worry for anyone who asks for help taking feed pictures.
Look, I'm not gonna accept a random video in a DM from a stranger. I don't know you, Shadow.
Send it to ModMail, please. Let's stop talking about this.
I've done the online safety tests, you know. I passed them with flying colours. I'm keeping myself safe from the hackers of the internet, especially people who work for the government and spies. I trust that you're not a bad person, I think, but I don't know, you know? That's the paradox at the end of the day. Oh, isn't it strange how you tune back into the stream as soon as you hear the phrase feet pics? Ultra Teal, is there something you want to tell us? Yeah, happy Pride Month, everyone. If you're into feet stuff, that's absolutely okay.
Anybody watching season 19 of Taskmaster?
I guess not.
I'm not caught up.
It is my favorite cast in recent memory. It's so good.
Okay, Shadow has also confirmed that they don't work for the government. They swear.
Yeah, Jason has been so much fun.
Has anyone watched the new K-pop Demon Slayer movie? I think I saw that somewhere. Where did I see that? K-pop Demon Slayer movie. Or like, I remember looking at the front cover thinking like, what? K-pop Demon Hunters, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. I usually try and stray away from like Netflix stuff because I think the majority of it's pretty crap, but if you guys are saying this one's good, I don't know.
I thought of another obsession. Stefan, you're gonna have a similar one.
Yeah.
Japan.
I mean, am I obsessed with? Is that a weird? I'm not.
With Asian
I don't think I'm
cultures,
weirdly
yeah.
obsessed with Japan though. That's.
Did
the
it
thing.
have to be weird? I guess
I'm not
I mean,
weirdly obsessed.
It's a bit
I
weird.
wouldn't say I'm
a
like-
bunch of people are weirdly obsessed, so.
Yeah, I do. That is a weird obsession that exists. Definitely.
You just don't think
I'm
you're
just-
obsessed with it in a weird way.
I'm culturally obsessed.
You're the normal
Yeah.
one out of everyone who's obsessed.
Yeah, I think Asia is just, you know, it's just a great place.
I think it's
All of it.
That's all I've got to say about it. It's a place.
Yeah, I'm not weirdly obsessed. That's yeah. But I grew up on a lot of like Japanese media.
I really need to
I'm
go
sure
watch
a
that
lot.
jet lag thing. So many people have brought that up recently. I know of it, I just haven't actually watched any of it.
Well, they've got a lot of jet lag to watch.
Is that the one where they're racing to get to a certain place?
A bunch of different formats, but often it's there's 3 of them, and one of them is like running in who are going after them, or the other format where they've got 2 teams of 2 when they're racing. They're like, they're top to bottom of New Zealand. Did hide and seek a few times.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I really enjoy those kind of like travel doc things where they actually delve a little deeper into the places that they visit. And I remember watching some kind of like race across Japan. I'm not entirely sure if it's jet lag, but they never like it was more about the race rather than
They
like,
did Japan
delving
recently.
into and it was the same thing recent, you know, what, a year ago we went to Vietnam and then we came back and we were like, oh, let's watch that Top Gear episode of Vietnam. And I just felt the same thing where we finished the episode and I kind of felt a bit shallow. Like,
Well, if you want to
disappointed
see
with it, where it was like,
delving
yeah, it was
into
funny,
Japan.
but there wasn't really much kind of like culture in it.
It's just watch Ludwig and Michael Reeves did it tip to tip, where they went with motorcycle from the bottom of Japan to the top without taking the motorway. And they did go a lot more into like Japan itself,
Yeah.
and actually delved a lot. But yeah, jet lag does no delving. Jet lag is just if you recognize places like, oh, I've been there,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Has anyone seen Chef's
Yeah,
Tape?
Shadow, 2 different people have typed to you how to do it in chat. Go to the MCC Discord, open up the players bar, and there's a thing that says mod mail right at the top. Contact mods. Do that.
And make sure to refuse to speak to them until Stefan is the only one who can read your message. Make sure they know exactly what you're there for. And they keep it strictly secret.
Bu-bu-bu-bu-bu. Does anyone watch Chef's Table? That was actually a really good Netflix show. It's all about food. Like visiting different countries and exploring their food culture. And it was like, it went really deep. Very satisfying. That's gonna get clipped. Shadow, does it really have to be a video? Is there no way that you can just, like, through text explain what it is that you're seeing on the Twitch page?
Or like a picture.
Yeah,
Take
even a
many
picture.
pictures?
Like, it has to be a video. This is the craziest narrative.
So ignoring that narrative,
It's too hard to explain.
a Gridrunners finale is going to be insane. And well, you're going to know which room it's going to be make or break if Gridrunners is the finale. Actually, no, Cyan and Pink or Purple are so far ahead of the rest. Well, maybe if they don't figure out that room, that might actually get them out of Dodgebolt. But there's one very special room. The testers absolutely hate it.
We are indeed on the cliffhanger of a series finale. Shadow is throwing their phone at the wall. Don't! Shadow, no! It's not worth it.
This is not the end.
It's not worth
Are there no chickens left?
Any Magic the Gathering fans?
There are chickens, but I think it's better if we save them for the games.
Any Magic the Gathering
Do you
fans
have
at all?
any that need to be in the hub? We have one more after this.
Yeah, I'll
Ti-
probably spawn them there.
Tiffy, is that a yeah to MTG? Yeah. Okay, we've got a couple of MTG fans. All right, that's cool. What you'll think of the new Final Fantasy crossover they've done? What do you think? What's your thoughts? Isn't it like the most successful MTG set they've ever sold, or something? And like that was already in the pre-orders, which is like crazy to think. Yeah, there's a question. What's another Magic the Gathering crossover that you think would be really, really cool? One that just like works, you know? Because they did they've done Dungeons and Dragons, and they've done there was a recent like Assassin's Creed one, but the Assassin's Creed Magic the Gathering, like what? That doesn't really go. Ooh, World of Warcraft. Ooh. Yeah, that would be a freaking good one. That would be a freaking good one. Sonic is coming up. Okay, that's kind of weird.
All the chickens are just like, nah.
Minecraft Magic the Gathering. That would indeed be very cool.
It's a tie?
Oh, it might be.
No, one jumped in battle box. It was a tie.
Our Kronos last is gonna be brutal.
All right, Dark
You sold
Souls. Dark Souls MTG. Like it's like just Souls like From Software games. So you got all the Dark Souls ones. You got Sekiro, Elden Ring. I was a Alliance main. I played World of Warcraft for like 7 to 8 years across my life, because it was lots of like quitting and not, quitting and coming back, a bit like an addict. But I've also played my fair share of Horde as well, you know. Why? Why does it matter? Does it say something about a person if they played Alliance or Horde? Okay, hot take that's not a hot take though. The World of Warcraft movie, I was very impressed by the Horde storyline, but the Alliance storyline was literally cringe and laughable. So, I would have not, as an Alliance main, I would not have been mad if that entire movie was about the Horde, because they have a cool story. Sorry, Ghost Little, did you just say laughable? Did you just say WoW in general is laughable and cringe? Get out of here.
Multiple teams will rushed for the sticker. Even
That's
the Mojang
iconic.
team got bull rushed.
What's the status of a Nox crew member / team playing? I swear we've done it.
No,
Did we not?
no,
Not even scuffed?
no. We've never played.
Why do I seem to remember that we...
we play and test.
I mean, I don't think it has been ruled out. I'm pretty sure we have suggested it, but it's more this case where like
It just takes us long.
there's just better people to be doing it.
Like, we're not that special.
We're not really streamers, you know. Like, do we look like streamers based on this stream?
It's like, what you get out of it is you'll probably see a team that's very good at grip runners and sense of time, but that's about it.
Right, Shadow, please do not throw your phone out of the window just because you're struggling to take a picture of the participant list. This is crazy. It's like, I don't even know how to analogize this. It's like it's like driving your car off a cliff to save you from driving over a packet of crisps. Was that good? Was that a good one? Was that a good analogy?
Maybe.
They're trowing the phone. This is the craziest storyline in MCC ever.
I think they've already thrown it because the autocorrect's not working anymore. It's really been proud.
Is this what government spies are usually like? They just seem to just get this crazy. I mean, at least I'm guessing if you throw your phone out the window, the government will just like pay a new one for you, right? This bot is trashy. I hate it, and my phone too. I don't know what hornet nest we kicked with this.
I also don't know what Modmail has against them in specific. But maybe as Crafty said, the automatic stamp plan detection is kicking in, and it's making sure they cannot communicate with us in any way.
Yeah, Shadow, you have to take a break. We're asking you to take a break. Almost said forcing. Okay, they're not taking a break. Thanks for the hot drink on a hot day. Girlfriend just she just gave me a cup of hot tea in this sweltering room.
You know, I believe it. Purple's struggling at this game. Oh, but they're filling! They're filling! They're filling!
Where is Noxite? When he's not there, tell him later I hate this bot like touching grass.
They don't hate the bot, they hate the bot. I don't know why they're trying to wear the bot as a hat, but they're up to no good.
Has anyone been playing Dune Awakening? You know, Dune.
I was gonna say.
Dune Awakening. Anyone? Okay. Yet again, just uncultured.
You like it?
It's very good. Very what's the word? Revolutionary in terms of survival games, I think. Kind of does a lot of things new. Noxite, are you just old? It came out like 2 weeks ago. It's new. It's not old. Okay, I mean I guess the books, the story, you know, everything came out long time ago.
So you are old.
Okay, I've heard of Fantasy Life. Is it good? Isn't that the like the survival farming game that came out like a couple of weeks ago? I've heard a lot of good things about Fantasy Life. I was obsessed with Helldivers on its launch. I think it's a absolutely fantastic game. One of my favorite kind of like first time experiences. I think it's such a great game your first time playing it, and then I think once you master it, you know, it's okay. Still really good, but it's just, you know, nothing like your first time playing it.
I will want to pass after round.
Amesy also left. Oh no, she's back. I think we're good.
Now time to use the latency dashboard. I can see that Gaki's ping is still a bit spiking.
Running another Wi-Fi check.
Okay, Folly, whatever you just posted makes me feel old. Is this what it feels like when the new generation is speaking a new language and you just don't understand what they're talking about? Wait, that surely that's a quote. Wait, that has to be a reference. That's a quote from something. Predator Strain, Jet Brigade, and Incineration Corps. Incineration Corps, that's from something. Folly, what's that from? No, that's from something. I've heard of Incineration Corpse. I could just Google it, to be honest. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, it is Helldivers. I feel like an idiot now. It was like I was looking at that paragraph. I was like, "What? There's something weirdly familiar about this paragraph of weird words." Just couldn't connect it.
Green is getting so bullied by every team in this game. If you guys haven't hit tab, you should.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh, those coins are 1 kill and a bunch of chickens.
Yikes.
I like Last Governors. If there's anything that they should be absolute gamers at,
Yeah, they could good.
should be
They did well-ish in Railroad Rush.
Yeah, the team games.
Yep.
Billboard was a bit too chaotic, but they did get tons of robots, but still they were making progress.
Any hypes for the upcoming Warhammer 40k movie? Any hype tokens?
I don't know, is it going to be good? You tell us.
Well, there's been some recent really good like Warhammer 40k media. Sony, I think, partnered with Netflix, the what are they called? Murder, Sex and Robots or something show. And then they made a bunch of like short films, and one of them was a Warhammer 40k short film, and it was really, really, really good. The recent game was absolutely incredible. Like, goddamn incredible.
Finally, some culture in chat. Ultra Teal is hyped for Season 5 of MCC Island.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's some culture.
Shadow has finally shared with us what they were looking at. Apparently on Twitch, if you go to our channel, there is a list of featured participants with other linked Twitch channels.
Do we feature those? Is that
Apparently
us?
we do. Unless maybe they clicked on like the MCC, like group. But they found some button that shows featured creators.
Right, let's have a look.
And we officially ran out of chickens.
But it says like 70 on the counter.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think... No, that's on the admin counter, that's a different thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's the one they are seeing, I think.
Yeah, the other counter is definitely not accurate.
Do we control featured streamers?
Daniel, ping me into the thing so I can see it. Oh, Jamie found it.
Featured content. Ooh. Suggested channels. Minecraft.
Click that, I'm not logged in.
No, we only suggest Minecraft. That's it. Suggested channels priority. Display channels in an order personalized to each viewer. No, we don't even have suggested channels turned on. So that's not that feature.
It It's like a mobile app feature as well.
Confirmation dome.
Confirmation dome. Yeah, I'm like trying to find where the channels are.
I don't think this is a thing that we control. I think this is just a Twitch thing.
It looks like we at some point did, because it seems to have participants that played in like MCC, like season 1 era.
Yeah.
The question is just, how did they get there?
Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Oh, it's a mobile Cypon extension.
Wait, we have an extension. Oh, I found it. This is crazy. And every channel is just like written in here with a comma between them. There's like this one long. Here you go.
Oh, yeah, that's old.
I'll
That's
just
very
remove
old.
it.
Yeah.
Just-
Yep.
Just delete it. I'll just get
Yep.
rid of the
Yeah.
install. Deactivate. Then that means we have a Twitter panel.
Also, take this time to update the info cards below, because the info panels are still not aware that Yugo and Tom exists.
Let's actually yeah, it was like a crazily hidden.
Probably just some random like, metadata
little
fields.
extension. Yeah.
Does Twitch have like an extension feature?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like community extensions and stuff. I can add a pet, a pando, a virtual pet.
I guess it does make sense for
Choose between 8 adorable pets and let viewers feed, play, or pet them. What? Should we just turn this on and figure it out? Should we see what this does?
Definitely yes.
I feel like it reads a lot of data. A little bit. That's a lot.
Update. Green team has just found out that it's normal combat, quote unquote. Thus far, I think they've been spam hitting, which I find particularly funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just like the energy of all the custom servers always do spam PvP.
Yeah.
Which room is the one the testers hate? Is it the base one?
The one with the cow.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
They really, really hate that room. And I think the cow room is gonna separate the ones that know from the ones that don't.
Oh, okay, this is way complicated. Okay, this pet thing is way more complicated than I thought. I have to like install it into my OBS and everything.
Yeah, they're not free, you know?
This is wild. Yeah, and then essentially there'll be a pet on the screen that everyone can then do chat commands for or something. And then you could watch it level up and
Random nerd
Never
tech
looked
question
at
for the two of you. Why did the lamps not spawn in this lamp room until the door like activates?
So the way that Gridrunners is coded is it uses like a lot of complicated game API shenanigans, but the main part is that every team gets one custom container, and a container is like like a mini bit of logic that's running.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they go to the next room, the container gets destroyed, and a new one is made for the next room, because we don't want to have all rooms have other code always running.
Mm.
And stuff like the lamps are just coded into the container specific logic. So it's part of like...
Okay.
So only when a container gets created, it's like, oh, I'm a lamp room, let's put the lamps down. Although it's been a long-term to-do to like do a little pre-run of like, oh, for every type, just put the blocks there already so it doesn't look weird through the window.
Mm.
But it's also, it makes like the target show up and then disappear again. And it's just good practice to
Sure.
keep the server from dying.
Hmm.
And it makes this game scale very nicely. Like, we can add as many rooms as we want, they can all do whatever they want, and they can have custom logic. We can do stuff per room or per theme, and there's like no limits to it.
Yeah.
Shadow, if you refresh your page, is the thing gone now? Noxite, I will just bring out the broken bottle and the paper. I was angry, sorry, and I still don't work in the government. Well,
It's now time for the most complicated governance room ever. Surely they'll figure it out.
Surely.
But this is what separates them. Separates the wheat from the chaff.
Okay, red, I think... Okay, never mind.
Tom,
Oh,
You know
Tabo
what?
figured it out.
after you made this room, Ziggy changed the chicken texture.
alright, cool. Thank you, Shadow. That is a really old extension that we installed, and we never maintained it. So, I just got rid of it. And thank you, Shadow, for all the effort that you put into telling us about it. And I apologize for accusing you of working for the government. It sounds like it's a bad thing. How many people here are watching this on mobile? Actually, that might be an interesting. Yeah, you were very bad to me. Yeah, I accuse you of working for the government. I accuse you of being a spy. I accuse you of trying to send me a virus, feet pictures.
That was my
like-
favorite one, the virus one. I like that one.
Yeah. One could say that you got bullied. Yeah, I feel ashamed.
Yellow did it.
Look, Shadow. There isn't a gamer in the world that doesn't get bullied for gaming. You know. You know, it's about persistence, about not giving a crap, right? And gaming anyway.
I'm having so much trouble finding enough blocks. I don't get it.
I'm blaming the testers because the testers, like, they knew the chicken face from muscle memory, so none of them checked that the chicken texture didn't change.
Well,
It
but
didn't have shading before, so now it has shading, so it looks like you're meant to use gray, but you're not. The vanilla texture looks a bit more like it's entirely white, basically.
I mean, I'm watching purple, and it looks like they just can't find enough blocks.
They have exactly enough, but you need to basically you need to fix or do the chicken first, because if you don't do the chicken first, you don't have enough.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Oh,
cow
they just
first,
got it.
that's-
Alright, they're good. Well, they had the chicken already. I don't really know what happened there.
Like if you do both at the same time, you get very little feedback.
I think it's good though. Many teams did do it, and there's 3 minutes left.
I think it can join that funny slime pushing puzzle, and together they were very hard ones, but never again.
Shit. What happened to the stream? I accidentally turned. Oh, fuck. No, this is not what I wanted. I accidentally turned off. I was messing around with monitor settings and I accidentally turned off the monitor. And now everything reset. What is this?
Oh,
What is this
man.
now? Bloody guess the window size. Annoying. That'll do. I was trying to make the stream more colourful, you know. I like to add in editing. I like to add a bit of a saturation boost on Minecraft gameplay. So just added a bit, you know. How are these doing? What's going on here?
Purple
Yeah,
and Cyan or 5th, 6th there.
I'll fix it. Hold on. What do you mean the screen is too squished? I fixed it. Back to normal.
The blue might actually flip.
Black bars. What black bars? Wait, what? There's no black bars. I mean, you only get black bars if you're hiding chat and you're hiding the sidebar, I think. There is a way to get black bars, but I'm not streaming black bars. It's on the like Twitch player. Maybe you're going just a little bit crazy. Oh, I received a code on the Noxtree profile for the Blancorp retention helmet. There you go. Oof. Yeah, but my... Why did my GUI scale change? Wait, what? I'm so confused now. Okay, something has switched. Oh, I don't even know.
I legitimately don't know who's in here. Is it orange blue?
I guess
Purple
we'll know
gonna
in a
survive?
second.
We're gonna learn very soon. Didn't they have like a pretty big lead?
Yellow for sure, because I think
I
they were
think
second.
Cyan dropped out. Gotta be purple. Oh,
Oh,
what?
Cyan?
And yellow. Oh,
Purple.
How did they save it? Oh,
Purple had like 300.
wow.
I'm just being rude.
All right, chat. Who we rooting for? I want to see some. I want to hear some hot takes. Hot takes on the top 2 teams. Any hot takes? Any hot takes?
Couple of green stands.
Topple internet is dying again, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Here's a hot take. Hot take is that they didn't deserve it, and that green should have been first and second. That's like 2 hot takes in one.
An ultra hot take.
Like, I don't even... Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a crazy one because you don't even know who they're talking about. Like, which team didn't deserve it? Both? Hamster Fan's hot take is that Dynaball should be an MCC. How? How do you put Dynaball in MCC? As a replacement to the finale? It's not as tense. Like, the final... Like... Watching final moments of Dynaball is just not as tense as Dodgebolt. I'm sorry. It could work. I'm pretty sure we tested it. I'm pretty sure we actually tested it, and we just weren't like... We weren't as hype, you know? Yeah, you just can't... You can't beat Dodgebolt, man. And like, look how simple this is to spectate as well. Yeah, each round would take 10 minutes. Yeah. Noxite, are you always a bad person? Shadow, I'm so sorry. You know, I had to take the chance, you know, because in one dimension you were actually trying to send me a virus, you know, in one branch of the multiverse, you know, and I actually protected myself from a virus sending hacker, you know, but unfortunately I was in the branch of the multiverse where you were actually being honest.
So you say that, but you don't know how virused our mod mail is right now.
And maybe this becomes a revenge story, you know? Maybe now you like make sure to reply on any tweet I ever make, you know, with some hostile reply, you know? Like for the rest of my life, I'm always just gonna have this person replying to every tweet I make and they saying something like, I don't know, just saying something hostile against what I'm talking about, right? And then that makes you a bad person, right? Do you know what I mean? Because two wrongs don't make a right, right? So the real question is, are you a good person and are you gonna stay a good person? Or is this the catalyst that makes you a bad person? There we go. There we go. That's the mentality. That's the revenge mentality, right? You were a bad person first, so that allows me now to be a bad person. And that's where you, the hero of today, become a villain.
Whoa! The comeback is on.
Well, I hope not, Shadow. I hope not. Because perhaps both personalities can just be good. Anyway, I don't think I'm a bad person. I'm just sometimes bad in the moment, you know? Because I have to... Sometimes you have to be bad to protect yourself from people sending you viruses. Because if you're too trustworthy, people will take advantage. That is the unfortunate part of life. It's just the rules of the world. Nothing I can do about it.
Yo, Cherry's cracked.
So maybe... Yeah, but maybe you were bad in the first place for putting me into a situation where I had to choose whether to be sent a DM from a stranger. Yeah? Maybe that was unfair. I think you just have to have a little empathy and you just got to see it from my perspective. You know, someone trying to send me a video in DMs, you know? Like, you know, look at it. Would you do that? Would you accept a random DM from a stranger that's trying to send you a video file? Hmm? Think about that. No, you don't. Shadow, come on. You gotta fix that. You can't. If that's what you're doing, you gotta stop doing that. That's against the internet safety Bible. Well, now look, Shadow. You've just said that you accept random videos in DMs, and now everyone in chat saw that and heard that. So, someone's gonna take you for the Mickey. Everyone's gonna abuse you now. I would suggest from now on, don't accept random DM videos and DMs.
Trying to go to round 5.
Wow. Oh, so funny.
These Dodgebolt scripts are amazing always.
Well, they are up against Steven Universe, so
Oh my gosh.
I think this can be Michael 1v3.
Oh. Oh!
No, Michael needs to keep going. This is not
No.
over. It's over.
Arrow.
No!
Okay.
Oh.
High five.
That was the last
Oh
one. I
my
think we've taken
gosh.
him down.
Cherry, stay on the island.
Is SK gonna get quick shots?
Wow. Ooh. That was what Michael wanted. Oh.
Like, probably not that. As long as they can stay on the island.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Damn it.
That went quick at the end.
They did go to round 5. But in the end,
The last round was like crazy fast.
is that
Wait, who's
Twitch
getting the
about to pick
picture?
up? They're... Okay, they're just not
Oh,
leaving.
Not
so
even-
Tom is getting the picture.
Get to the fucking front of the
Wait,
stage.
is Tom on?
Get to the front of the stage.
I'm gonna post because Mega Dodgebolt is about to start and they haven't left.
It doesn't
don't
auto
start it. Don't start it. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go.
Are we good?
Yeah. Yeah, well, give it a moment. Give it a moment. Give it a moment.
Well, too late.
I got some picture in there. I'll send them out to Alice.
Also, Shadow, I think you need to apologise for all the spies and the government workers that might be in this chat, because I never actually said that there was anything bad about being a spy or a government worker, and you essentially you essentially made it out to be a bad thing to be a spy or a government worker. So I think I got to ask you, what have you got against them? What if everyone in here are actually spies and you offended everyone? Shadow just says, yeah, I don't really care about that. No, don't go around spying on people. Don't be doing that. Chad, I was only joking. I was only joking. Thanks for entertaining the bit. Funny story, actually. I got banned. I got perma-banned from a Reddit because I decided to level up from just being a lurker. I was reading some certain Reddit communities to do a bit of research on my upcoming, well, my Japan trip at the time. And one of the Reddits, I think it was called like Living in Japan or something, like Reddit Living in Japan. And it was, you know, there's loads of people talking about experiences living in Japan, like where to go, cool places, you know, blah blah. And then I replied to one of the one of the threads, and then stated that I was visiting Japan on holiday. And they permabanned me because apparently the Reddit was only for people who lived in Japan.
Did you see what Scott started?
Yeah.
There was
Really
a little
funny
bit of
friendly
infighting on
fire.
the team, but after they had sorted that out, Wolves clutched up and still eliminate the enemy. We'll put Ross on the stage. Oh, the build on the stage changed.
That's funny.
Beautiful.
Let's get rid of those
Chicken Rush
47
47.
chickens.
Let's get rid of them.
And that's it. That was it.
Nice. Oh, there's more.
Phil's asking for an elytra, of course.
As usual.
Gotta code it in to give it to him by default if he does like better than a certain place or something. Let him earn it.
Surprised you can even keep it.
Make it so the moment he says the word elytra, he gets one. All right.
Well, that's it. Good event.
At the end,
Yep.
GG's everyone.
Bye-bye, nerds. Yeah,
Tom
thank you
says,
for
thank you, everyone.
thank you everyone in chat for coming. You know, next time there'll be more banter. You know, there were 6 people in this room, in this voice channel. Can you believe that? 6.
Technically 7.
Technically 7. I think 4 of those people, well, 3.
One of these days, we're gonna convince Alice to go like fully unmuted, and she's gonna carry the stream. Just saying.
We have to save
Yeah.
that for the last MCC.
Yeah, I think there were some people who didn't contribute to the banter.
Like, we can't peak too early. That has to be the last one.
There's no way to see who punched a chicken without going through all VODs, is there? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Well,
Alice.
Craft
We
is
have
being
like
good. You got already.
we have some really good like banter, and I feel like it's a missed opportunity to not involve you in the banter here.
Yeah, some good old cancelable banter. All right, Shadow, I will suggest that you work for something else other than the government. I apologize. What do you want me to suggest that you work for?
You never said which government, to be fair.
Yeah, just every government, just like flat out, just nope. All right. Well, chat, thank you very much. Thank you for what's the word I'm looking for? Forgotten it.
Coming.
Thank you for interacting. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dealing with it. With this, to be honest.
Dealing with this.
Yeah.
That's what you were meant to
Just
say.
yeah.
Thanks for putting up with us.
Just having to handle this. Thank you for thank you for asking questions. Thank you for revealing your most weirdest obsessions.
That was like
And-
most of the question that we answered today, wasn't it?
And most importantly, thank you for your eyes.
And ears.
And ears. We'll definitely be selling them on the black market. They go for a lot of cash per piece. If anyone wants to donate anything other than their eyes and ears, do it through mod mail. Don't be DMing me. Thank you very much. All right, this was fun. See you all next time.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
stream.
Thank you.